watch the Super Hot crew defeat the Copenhagen Wolves, and D-Man and QuickShot are here with me to break down the action. Gentlemen, quick notes about picks and bans. What stood out the most for you guys?
It's the Kayle pick. Instantly banned out so many times and so many teams. We talk to them every time. They're like, you have to ban Kayle. And I think Mima just proved out why.
Yeah, I completely agree. Top lane Kayle, it's something that a number of players talk about, and Mima really delivered. I do also want to say it was interesting to see Coutard on Fizz. He had a pretty good performance. Can't really say the same for Selfie on Twisted Fate. He pulled a number of red cards where they should have been yellows, and I do think he needs some more work on that champion, because every time we see him play TF, there are similar problems, especially in the early game. He's not a big impact TF player.
Yeah, a little bit of hit and miss there for the TF4 Selfie. And the game was very back and forth, and I dare say kind of sloppy from both sides. But let's highlight a couple of moments. First one is a team fight won by the Super Hot crew. Let's get that replay up on the screen and illustrate what they did well here.
Yeah, so at this point in the game, if you actually look at it, Super Hot crew are down. We can roll this clip out, and you'll see that the Super Hot crew are going to start a fight. Mr. Rolls plays super aggressively. What I really like about the Super Hot crew engage in this situation is that there's literally no hesitation. They jump into the fight, and Airwax goes in solo. He jumps in without the support of Youngbuck, and Copenhagen Wolves just keep going in drips and drabs. We can roll this clip out at full speed, and you'll see Mr. Rolls just gets a great intervention to prevent all of the damage from Coutard. They end up getting 3 kills, they secure a Baron. And it was one of the times where, yeah, Super Hot crew had a great engage in this moment. The Copenhagen Wolves reacted poorly, but it happened so many times back and forth by each respective team.
But that was the time, that was the triple kill. That Mima suddenly 6-1 after that fight, got going. You can't do that. He gets the Runehound's Hurricane, gets going. He will destroy towers and get a lot of kills.
Absolutely, illustrating what a late game Kayle can do. And then the Super Hot crew were on their way, but then they got flanked by Copenhagen Wolves in very nice fashion. So let's pull that replay up on the screen, because I feel like very good decision making by Copenhagen Wolves in this point.
Yes, I completely agree. Super Hot crew were pushing, they were a little confident, 8,000 gold in the lead. Roll the clip out as well. And I just want to highlight miscommunication between Mima and Selfie. If we slow down to half speed, you'll see Selfie is about to throw himself into a Zhonya's Hourglass as he gets hit by the Dragon's Rage, and unfortunately didn't communicate with that with his team. So you losing that invulnerability of the intervention. We can roll the rest of the fight through at normal speed, and the basic summary is that the Copenhagen Wolves had a great flank, they got the kills, they then secured Baron. But it was another team fight that it was more about Super Hot crew making mistakes than necessarily about the Wolves making a positive play. And that was just the theme throughout the entire match.
Yeah, and it just showed, you just said it, from the very first blood that the Copenhagen Wolves got, they were so sloppy. Every part of the play from both teams, honestly, was very sloppy back and forth action. You got to give credit to the Super Hot crew. They finally closed it out, but Copenhagen Wolves had opportunities to win this game as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and kudos to Impaler for keeping us cool and closing out the game in front of his home crowd. For now, we're going to check in with you guys at home, because earlier we asked you to hit us up on Twitter and let us know which European player will perform the best here in London this week and why. And here are some of your answers. The first one is from I Have a Kid. SHC's Impaler, he is on his home turf, he is improving as a SHC jungler each week. He is going to be on fire. I don't know about the early game, but he definitely was in the end game.
I'm not sure about the fire either.
It's nice to see him playing Jarvan. I think Impaler's one of those players that when he's comfortable on a champion, he smashes with it. But it takes a little bit of time to find that comfort pick, but a deserved win.
Yeah, absolutely. The second was from @ShronyBoy. I think Expeke will perform amazingly. He lives for the crowd and surely wants to make up for the last few weeks of Fnatic. Well, Fnatic had some good showings, but that loss last week versus Alliance, heartbreaking.
Yeah, but I think it was 4-0-2 in that loss on Twisted Fate. He played very well that weekend. It was just that one strategic decision that actually wrecked them. Otherwise, they would have easily gone 2-0. They're looking very good right now, Fnatic. We'll see how they perform. We're hearing very good things about their scrims.
Yep, we'll see that in our last game of the day, of course. The next one is from @BrandOnly. I think Froggen will perform spectacularly in London. Never underestimate an all-star with the crowd behind him. Nice.
That's the truth. His Yasuo was fantastic. He couldn't 1v2 like Bjergsen could, but he put on a good performance and his team ended up winning.
Ooh,
Ooh, come on. Look, he played well, and what I love is Froggen's interaction with this incredible crowd. Huge props for that as well.
Absolutely, great job by him. The last tweet is from @TonyCCC. It's gotta be Kerp. The guy has been proving time and time again that the trackball is far too real. Maybe a third LCS MVP. We're gonna see him in action in a second. What do you guys think Kerp will pull out?
Well, they're up against Rocket, Overpower, fantastic mid laner. Kerp has been playing fantastically well. There's a reason everybody's picked him up in his fantasy league, including yourself, Trevor.
Yeah, of course. I'm hoping it delivers some very tasty fantasy points, and his use of the trackball is phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely is. Well, thank you guys for those great responses, and remember that if we see your tweet on air, you'll get a code for the new Primetime Draven skin. So keep tweeting to us throughout the games @LOL Esports, along with the hashtag LCS. And now let's head back over to Joe and the Fee Show for our next match.